Welcome to ThezNutzGarage, Garage, and today we're going to be back out here working on our 2018 Ford Edge Sport. All right, like I said in the intro, what we're going to be doing today, working on this 2018 Ford Edge Sport. It's got the 2.7 liter engine in it. That's an EcoBoost engine. It also is all-wheel drive. Now, quick rundown on this vehicle. When we first bought it, had about 32,000 miles. I ordered new oil, transmission fluid, PTU fluid, and was going to change all of that right when I bought it. Well, we put a few thousand miles on it, 2,000 or 3,000 miles on it, and when I changed the oil, and if you want to see a video where I actually changed the oil in this vehicle, I'll put a card up here or a link or down in the description somewhere. We changed the oil and the transmission fluid. The transmission fluid was a partial change where I drained, it was about a gallon or so out of the transmission, went back in and topped it off, checked the fluid level, made sure it was correct. I think this vehicle actually has a dipstick. I'll have to double check, but if you want to watch those two videos, like I said, they're up here in the description below. Go check those out. But what I didn't have time to do and kind of forgot to do was the PTU unit, or PTU, and that means powertrain unit. And what that basically is, it's a transfer case for all-wheel drive vehicles. And what you have to do is change these about every 30,000 miles. I think Ford recommends something even higher for the PTUs and the transmissions, but it's best to do them around 30,000 miles from what I understand, because the way these are down in the engine, they can basically get so hot because of the turbos that it cooks the fluid, and once you cook your fluid, there goes your PTU unit, and then there goes a big high repair bill. So I'm changing it every 30,000 miles with my transmission fluid. And probably what I'll do is this fluid will probably go about 20,000 miles, because I'm about 20,000 miles away from changing the transmission fluid again. So I'll probably, when I get back underneath the vehicle and I'm doing that transmission, I'll change this again. So this will probably have about 20,000 miles on it when I replace it in the future. Now what we're going to be using today, the first part of this video you'll see will be a time lapse of me changing the oil, because we've already done a video on that, but just for reference, we are using an Amsoil Signature Series oil. This is a full synthetic motor oil, and it is top of the line from Amsoil. We're also going to be using, this is an oil filter. It's a EA15K43 oil filter. Goes in up top. We'll have to remove our cover to our engine. Once we get all that done, before we get to heading down the road, we'll be adding this Amsoil gasoline additive. This is an upper cylinder lubricant, and that's good for all the, the upper part of the engine, that part of the valve train and things like that. We're also going to be capturing a little bit of oil, because we're going to be sending this oil off with this sample kit to, I guess it's a laboratory, and what they do is they check your oil, see what kind of condition your oil is in, because by checking the condition of your oil, they can kind of check the condition of your engine. This car only has, like I said, about 47,000 miles, so it should be good, but we're going to just double check and see how good this Amsoil product is. Now, we're also just going to be topping it off with your Rain-X 2-in-1 all-season fluid. It is getting into the winter, and probably need to move to a winter formula, but it says all-season, so that's going to be good. I don't like mixing the orange and the green color windshield washer fluid. Now here's just some Amsoil brake and parts cleaner. You can get this all online at amsoil.com, and if you need to buy any Amsoil products, I'll put up my referral code right here. And basically what that does is, if you want to buy some or try out some of these products, just go to amsoil.com, and when you go to checkout, you can enter in this referral code, and what that does is that helps support ThezNutzGarage, because every time you buy something and use our referral code, it gives us a few points, so that way when we order oil for our other projects, which more vehicles coming in the future, we're going to be needing to swap it over to these Amsoil products. So those points help us get oil, additives, brake cleaner and engine cleaner and all that kind of stuff. So if you do that, use that promo code. Thank you very much. All right, now, so another thing we're going to be doing at the end of this video, so stick around, is we're going to be doing a 2,000 subscriber giveaway. Going to thank Eagle Lubricants for being a major supporter of ThezNutzGarage. He has sent us some Amsoil products, some gifts, and I think I have a few gifts for you as well. And what I'm going to do is comment down below in this video, just say hello, or I want to win, just something in the bottom, any comment below. If it's a good comment, if it's a bad comment, you're not included. But if just comment down below, and what I'll do is once this we hit a, because I think as of today we're at 2,100 subscribers. So I think when we get to 2,300 subscribers, I'll go in this video, only this video, and I will randomly select one of your comments, and you'll be the winner of this prize pack. So stay tuned for more of that, because we're going to be giving a whole bunch of stuff away. So wait for the end of this video for more details. So let's get started on this vehicle. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this upper engine cover. There's also a splash cover down below. I'm going to get all that removed out of the way, and then we'll get the oil change done, and then we'll come in and I'll show you how to change your PTU fluid. So what we have here is a sample kit for our oil. Now, when I first started draining the oil out, I captured the very first bit of oil in this little Tupperware container. I don't want to take a sample out of my drain pan because then it's contaminated. This was clean container. The oil's straight out the engine, so it won't be contaminated. Make sure you get your oil samples out of a clean source. Don't go digging it out of your oil pan or your drain pan after you've drained your oil. All right, so this is the little kit, and all we're going to do right now is we're going to unroll it. We're going to set all the paperwork and the envelope and all this stuff to the side. And I thank Eagle Lubricants for sending me this. And this is the little container. And what we're going to do is there's a little arrow, and it tells you to just fill up the container all the way. We're going to see if I can do this without making a mess. Probably not. So we're going to prepare with a different drain pan. Alrighty. Not even spilling much of it, even a drop. Alright, so what we're going to do, just set this cap back on it. We'll set this to the side, and we'll get that shipped off. Probably tomorrow will be Monday, so we'll get it shipped off tomorrow. But what I'm going to do now, in the time lapse, what you've seen is I did change the filter. I've let my oil drain. So what I'm going to do is finish letting it drain, put the cap back on, and put 6 quarts of this Signature Series oil in it. And then we'll come back and we will jump on our PTU. All right, so I'm under the car. Now the camera is facing from the back of the car towards the front. So we do have our, this is a splash shield. There's 2 7mm bolts that go in here. and right here. Basically, you can undo those back too. It'll kind of sag down. That should give us enough room. Pretty much, really. I mean, getting to the PTU, you don't even have to really remove this, but when we go to refill it, we gotta get up inside of here. So it's just best to undo those two 7mm bolts and let this sag. Now, right here is your oil drain plug, and this is the front of the engine. So if you look behind towards the back of the car, you're gonna see a plug right here. And this is around a 50, I guess it's a 50, a T50 Torx bit, and it fits in there pretty good, but it's, I don't know. I think there's probably a little bit bigger size that would go in there. I'm hoping I can make this work and not strip it out. So let's try that, but I will try to find the correct, I'll Google it and see what that says that is. But if so, I'll just stick it over here, right there. So for further reference, but I'm gonna try this 250. Now what we're gonna have to do, get our drain pan and situate it right here. Get us a socket to go on our bit here. We're just gonna try to slightly to loosen this up. Let me see if I can get this broke loose. That's probably, oh, yeah, it kind of come undone pretty easy. So we're gonna pull our drain pan right here. And you can see how this exhaust is running right here by this PTU. You've got your back of your engine right here, so they collect a lot of heat. And that's why you're supposed to change these out about every 30,000 miles. Looking at it draining down, it doesn't look too bad. It's not black, so it's probably still pretty good. But it's not good, so we're just going to go ahead and change it. Like I said, I'm also looking at this right here. There's a lot of gunk on the end of this plug, and that's probably metal shavings or something. This plug could be magnetized, so it picks up all that metal out of there. But we're going to clean it up before we stick it back in there. But we're going to let this drain out because it's going to take a while, because I guess I could undo the upper plug. That would probably let it drain faster, but we're just gonna let it do this for a while and we'll be back. All right, here we are underneath the car. Here's our oil drain plug. Here's our drain plug for our PTU. Now, I'm on the passenger side of the car looking towards the driver's side. Now, if you go from this drain plug back towards the passenger side and look up the side of this PTU, right there, that's the field plug. It's kind of hard to get to, but we have an electrical plug right here that's kind of in our way, so you can see it there. I'm going to remove that and kind of let this drain just a little bit more, but that's also going to be a T50. And once we get it drained to where we want it, we're going to reinstall our drain plug down here, and we'll put some thread sealant on our plug before we reinstall it, so that way it doesn't leak. I'm not going to torque this down a whole lot. I'm just going to tighten it up in there. This is a steel bolt and an aluminum housing, and you can strip that hole out. So that's why I'm putting some thread sealant on, not thread tape, sealant tape, but not Teflon tape, but it's a liquid sealant that you put on the thread, so that way when you put it in there, it doesn't leak again. And I'll show you that here in a minute, but I'm gonna go ahead and get this bolt right there out. So I'll be back. All right, I'm gonna jump back in here real quick. There's that plug. I removed it. Also, I unplugged this electrical connection. Don't know exactly what that is, but if you know, comment down below. But this plug right here is just a little bit smaller as far as size goes than this one, but they still both take that T50. So let's jump up here and I'll show you the thread sealant that I'm talking about, and we'll go ahead and reinstall our lower plug. All right, so here's what we're gonna do, or I'm gonna show you. This plug right here has a magnet on it. That's the one I showed you when I undid the bottom one, had a bunch of sticky stuff on it. That's just the material from inside the transmission. Maybe the clutches or metal. It's kind of a natural wearing thing. And this right here is made to pick up all that trash so the metal doesn't get recirculated back to the transmission. Now, this is our plug. What I'm gonna do is right when I get ready to reinstall it, I'm gonna take this thread sealant. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's just basically a liquid thread sealant. I'm just gonna kind of run it on the bottom side, like right here, just a little bit, and that way when we put this back in, it'll seal this thread. It's not Loctite or anything like that. It just helps seal this metal on metal, so that way it doesn't leak. This is our smaller one. You can see it doesn't have a magnet. This is the upper one. It's also in a different size. So the smaller one goes up top, big one down below. The one down below has a magnet on it. Now, here's our Amsoil bag of lubricant, and this is a 75W 140 weight oil. This is a Severe Gear, 100% synthetic oil. And basically all we're gonna do is kind of pop this top, and it's the directions are on the back. You kind of fit it in where you need it, and then we're just gonna start squeezing it, and as we squeeze it, it'll fill up whatever. This is kind of neat because it's you don't have to have a pump to get all your fluid in there. So let's go back below the car. We'll get our lower plug installed, and then we'll squeeze in our bag of 75/40 weight oil. All right, so we're back underneath the car. Here's our lower drain plug. I've got my necessary tools to tighten this back up. Our T50 Torx bit. We have our lower plug. I'm sorry if this is kind of hard to see, but it's really tight under here since I don't have a lift. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit of our thread sealant on our threads. And I think this bolt or plug is kind of tapered, so you just can't really over tighten it, but we're not gonna send it. We're gonna easily tighten it up. We don't want to strip it out, and we don't want to damage the housing. So there's our lower one. Now what we have to do is get our bag of Amsoil here, our bag of fluid. All right, let's try this again. I guess it helps if you cut the tip and then pull the seal off of it. Let's try to get it in where it's going. But that's it, and we'll squeeze. Just trying to go slow, because once we get it to its feel level, it will start leaking out right here, and then once it starts coming out here, we want to let it sit a minute and drain even with that plug, because that's when we know it'll be full. Oh. So you can see how we got a little drainage, just a little. Man, that's a... Compared to what was coming out of it, this is clear. I think we'll pull our bag out. Yeah, there's no way you could get this a regular like bottle of fluid in there. You'd have to get a pump, or you would have to get an air pump or something to get that fluid in there. That bag is really nice because you can just squeeze it and it just goes in there. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to reinstall my top plug. I'll put a little thread sealant on it, not a lot. And that'll be it. Clean up my mess right there. And that's it. So we will go ahead and put our splash guards back on both sides, because I did take the passenger side off all the way just for the camera's sake. And don't forget to plug our plug back in here. And then we will wrap this video up. All right, so we got the splash guards back underneath the car. We also went ahead and kind of quickly wiped down all under the hood real quick, and I got the plastics really nice and shiny. This is kind of a tip that I always use when cleaning like interiors of cars, stuff like that. And that's just basically pledge or indust, some sort of furniture polish like that. You can spray that on your plastics and it'll help protect them, keep them black. Also, it'll keep dust from sticking to them, and water kind of rolls off of it because it is a kind of a wax. So if you want to use it on your dash, I use it on the whole inside of our cars. Just basically it's orange pledge. This is some indust stuff that I picked up, but this works really great, especially for the plastics underneath the hood. And then like any plastics, like your headlights, tail lights, even this part of the shiny plastic parts of this grill, I use Plastex by Meguiar's. This really helps keep your headlights clear and not get hazy and all that stuff. So if you'll use this about 2 or 3 times a year on your headlights and your tail lights and all that kind of stuff, it'll make it look good too. We have some shiny black plastic on the inside of this car and our Fusion, and I put a little bit on a rag, kind of wipe it on there with that, using this Plastex, and it'll make it shine just like new. So that's basically going to be the end of this video as it goes for as far as the changing out the fluid in the PTU. Now, if you like the video, give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't commented, comment down below. Also, share this video on social media platforms, anywhere that somebody's working on an edge and might want to do this stuff themselves, because I don't know what this will be charged at a dealership, but it's probably not cheap. And I think one of them bottles of fluid is probably 10-15 bucks, and you can do it yourself. It's not that hard to do and save some money, because nowadays prices of things are going through the roof, cars are getting expensive, and you've got to take care of them, because if you don't, you're going to have a bill that's just outrageous to fix them. And a lot of people, it'll total out their car, especially with stuff like this, or they just simply can't afford it. So do some preventative maintenance on your vehicle, transmission, PTU, your engine oil, all yourself, and you can save a ton of money. Now, also subscribe to the channel. Like I said earlier, we're up to 2,100 subscribers, and I thank everybody for that. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, subscribe to it now. We're going to we have a lot of things planned. We're working on our house, trying to get that done, trying to go ahead and start focusing maybe in the future building a shop with a lift and all that stuff. But I'm going to need your support, and all you have to do is subscribe to the channel, like these videos, and comment down below. So now if you want to see what we're going to be giving away, stay tuned, because the next clip you see will be us going through all the stuff that you can win. Alrighty, so you stuck around to the end of the video, and what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be giving away some Amsoil products and a few other things. And I would like to give a big shout out to Eagle Lubricants, because they supplied a lot of these products in this box that we're going to be giving away. So if you haven't already liked Eagle Lubricants Facebook page, I'll put a link down below, or Robert Rogers will put his link down below to his Facebook account and to his YouTube account. If you're going to need to be buying any Amsoil products, give him a shout, and he can hook you up. So first things first, we need to set the ground rules for this. As of today, we have around 2,100 people on our YouTube channel, subscribers, and thank you very much. And what we're going to do is when our channel hits 2,300 subscribers, I'll come back into this video and I'll randomly pick a comment. As long as it's a positive comment, you're eligible to win. So comment down below, you know, something, and all I'll do is when we hit 2,300 subscribers, I'll go in, randomly pick one of you subscribers, and you will win everything in this box. So let's get started. First things first, everybody can use a funnel. This is a hard plastic funnel. It's got Amsoil on it. Now, Robert Rogers is an independent Amsoil dealer that sponsors our channel. You know, he's just a small guy like most of us, just trying to have a side hustle and get that going, so that way you can quit your real job, you know. That's kind of like what this YouTube channel is for me, is hopefully one day I'll have it big enough where I could actually quit my real job and do this full time. Now this is pretty cool. It says Amsoil Drive on it. It's kind of a metal sign. Next time I order something from Amsoil, I'm going to be ordering one of these. That's pretty cool right there for when I get my shop built. I need to get one that says ThezNutzGarage. You'll even win this paper. Got some stickers here, a whole bunch of stickers. That's kind of neat. Put on stuff. I need to put one on that Fusion. Here's some things that for when you change your oil, they'll stick to your windshield. It seems like you can go buy oil at AutoZone or Walmart, wherever, O'Reilly's, and they never sell these. You know, you're doing your own oil change, at least they could do is sell a little pack of these so you can stick them to your windshield. So here's enough to last you several years. Have a pop socket for the back of your phone, so if you want to put it on your phone, and that says Amsoil, runs on freedom. Ain't nothing like a little freedom. Seems to be we're losing more of it every day. Now these are some, I'll call them cardboard funnels, pop open funnels. There's 3 of them. These are real handy. You can throw them in your car, and if you need to add some oil to your car or some fluid, you can use them and then throw them away. They'll fit in your glove box really nice. Then, this is a black ice. I don't know how that got in. Rich Rebuilds must have been in my box over here. He must have thought it was some Popeye's chicken or something, but here's a black ice smell thing for your favorite vehicle. And here's a calendar. Got a motorcycle on the front of it. And it's got a bunch of different, you know, it's for 2022. We went all out. We got you 2022. We didn't give you the 2021 version. But that's a nice calendar you can hang on the wall. Got a bunch of different vehicles in there. Each month is listed there. And then I'm going to open this up. I had to buy me one of these. I ordered some stuff from Amsoil, and I saw these right here, and I was like, well, I'm gonna buy one to give away, and I'm gonna buy me one. like to have coffee in the morning, and anytime else I can get some. But this is a really nice Amsoil coffee cup. So you'll be getting that, the lucky subscriber will be getting that. Put that back in the box. And then here's another tumbler that you can, you'll be winning, and that says ThezNutzGarage on it. So this is a little tumbler for you for when you're on the go and you want to keep your refreshments hot or cold. So that's all the products in the box. All you got to do is comment down below, make a positive comment about the video or the channel, and you'll be eligible to win. Also, you have to be a subscriber to the channel. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, you need to do it now, then go comment, and then when we hit 2,300 subscribers to the channel, I'll pick one person at random, and you'll win everything that you saw here today. Once again, I'd like to give a big shout out to Eagle Lubricants for supporting ThezNutzGarage. And if you would like to support ThezNutzGarage with some sort of product you want us to test out, just send us an email at ThezNutzGarage@gmail.com and get in touch with me, and I'll be happy to try out any automotive related products. So that's going to be it. Y'all have a blessed day, and I'll see you in the next video.